Well, let's try to talk again. Talk again. It worked. Well, no going around. People. Um, you see what happened. What happens today? Um, you see, I think the last time I was studying, I was in. Let me see my Notion. Can open my Notion. Can show to all of you my Notion. Display capture. No. Image. No. This capture. Yes. Notion. Yes. Okay. Later. Okay. Yeah, well, that's was not something to people see. Although I have said to other people around. Let me just go direct to where I want to show. Steady goals. Okay. Okay. Finish my wide documentation. I was last time we talked about fundamentals, data bindings. That was our the last part we were. Just change the view. Okay. Put this here. Here. That was what we were reading. I'm quite good with this. Well, anyways, what I'm going to do now. Let me open. No. Here. Task tracker. Here. Okay. You see, people. I am developing a software. Why am I losing so much? What's happening to my internet? I'm losing too much frames. Why is that? Well, I don't know what's happening. I'm considering Well, that's really bad. I will be. Let me see what I can do. No, I will use this moment. Um, I use in this moment. Well, suddenly things got better. Don't know why. Well, I will be. No, it's dropping again. Well, I will use this live as a moment to see if after I end this live, if everything is adequately saved on YouTube. Even if there is buffering, I want at least to see if everything is saved on YouTube. We'll see. We'll see. Well, I will be continuing, and we'll see how is that. Well, um, I need to read the Google Play console because I make my first Android app with the ideas I exchanged with my girlfriend. But I need to read those agreements, and it's really tired. Something really tired. To change here because I already begun. Ah, fortunately, there is no one to here, so you people, I can simply jump to the end of this all of this reading. But I will make the reading in the end. I need to know all of this, so I finally can make a software. There is many people just that agree, or see a video with which summarizes all of this. I will not do that because I am all by myself and I can risk all this much. I need to know which are the consequences. So I will be reading. Okay, I will be reading all of this, and after that I will put my software. He is pretty basic. He's pretty basic in my way, and I just made a screen, a page. In that page, I will be developing the first part that is getting from smartphone the GPS, the location, and after I will make another screen. I will make a screen for each part necessary to make the app altogether. The app is simple. It's an application that gets your position from time to time. I will try not to abuse. I think getting your location from 1 to 1 second, and 1 second is one in 1,000 miles, not mile, millisecond, which can help to avoid um, overprocessing the the program. Every 1 second, he'll get the position and compare the position. Get the position, compare the position. Maybe in the future I will try to note to make I don't know, make the smartphone store the way the person did, and the person can use that in other situations. Maybe I can export these positions so that person can use in any way she feels like. Well, anyways, the first one, that first one, the second I already read, but I will read with you guys, so you can pass with this with me. Google Play Developer Distribution Agreement, effective as of February 5, 2014. View archived version. So I need to read more things. Is you need to read more agreements to see more stuff. I know that they have changed some things. The definitions: authorize provider, brand features, developer or you, developer account, device, Google, Google Play, intellectual property rights, payment profile, payment processor, play console, products, taxes, transaction taxes. I'm gonna read it just to remember. Let me put here the timer somewhere. Somewhere, somewhere. No. Authorized provider, a third-party non-Google entity authorized by Google to provide services. Why I put the time? Why I did put this time? This time I'm putting here. I'm putting this time here because when it gets 11, I will turn off the computer so my body and not just my body but my mind can cool down and my body can relax and I can sleep in the end. So that's why I'm putting this here. Authorized provider, a third-party non-Google entity authorized by Google to provide services that enable developers to receive payments for products that are sold to of users of devices via Google Play, Android devices. In case, yeah, that's the whom you give me my money. If I make money, well, I will make money. I hope. Brand features: the trade names, trademarks, services marks, logos, domain names, and other distinctive brand features of each party, respectively as owned or licensed by such party from time to time. I well, all this stuff, all this stuff is inside the name brand features. Developer or you, myself, any person or company who provides products for distribution through Google Play, in accordance with the terms of this agreement. Developer account: a publishing account issued to a developer in connection with the distribution of the developer products via Google Play. That's the account I create and pay money, 25 bucks, 25 bucks, $25 to get the permission to publish my stuff. I was not to just to be sincere. I was not about to make now this to read all of this and put my software in at least now in Google Play. I would only do that when it is finished, but I saw some play in somewhere that I can put my software in a way that it is not open to everyone, and it's like testing. If this is possible, this is good for me. I can develop and pass to my girlfriend and the other people too. They test it for me, and I can develop every day and have my feedback. It will be nice. Device. Any device that can access Google Play. Ah, and why I'm doing this also, why I'm doing this now. I received a information, a notification from Google Play console that I have until, don't remember, August or no, until September to publish um, my first app, or I would lose my license. So they are not kidding. So there are people that are not kidding. So device, any device that can access Google Play. Huh, Android. Although I don't know if it counts web browsers. Google. Google LLC, a Delaware limited liability company with principal place of business at 1016 Amphitheater Parkway, Mountain View, blah 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 blah, United States, Ireland, a company incorporated in Ireland with principal place of business at Gordon House, Barrow Street, Dublin, Ireland. Google Commerce Limited, a company incorporated in Ireland with principal place of business Gordon House, Barrow Street, Dublin, Ireland. Or Google Asia Pacific Limited, a company incorporated in Singapore with Singapore. It would be Singapore or Singapore. No, pure with it's with you. Singapore. With principal place of business at 7 Peshir, Panjang Road. Maple 3 business. Google may update the Google entities and their addresses from time to time. Sure. Google Play. The software and the services included in the Play console, which allows developers to distribute products to users or of device. Yeah, Google Play. The place. Intellectual property rights. All patents rights, copyrights, trademarks, no, trade rights, rights in the trade secrets, database rights, moral rights, and any other intellectual property rights registered and used through the world. Yeah, intellectual. That's something that I am uneasy because I don't know if Google Play can in the end say to me, as you are using our place to distribute your product, you lose your intellectual property right. I'm unsure that I lose my property right just because I'm selling my product in their e-commerce place. But who knows? I never did that before. A payment profile. A financial service account or profile provided by a payment processor. Probably I use PayPal to a developer that enables a payment processor to collect and remit payments to the developer on the developer's behalf for products sold via Google Play. Payment processors. A Google affiliated entity providing services that enable developers to receive payments for products sold via Google Play. Says a Google affiliated entity providing service that enables developers to receive payments for products sold via Google Play. Processor, but you know, PayPal would be the processor or would be the profile. Oh, I will see that in the future. Play console. The Google Play console and other online tools or services provided by Google to developers at Play Google Publish. As you may as you may be updated as may be updated from time to time. The Play console is also available through an app to developers. Okay, I will. You people can be assured that I will not show to any of you my um, console because there is stuff that I can show, and I can assure you that the app for the to developers is not in something. Probably you use Google Play console in the web browser, not in your smartphone. The smartphone is something simple for for pipeline things like that. Products, software, content, digital materials, and other items and services as made available by developers via the Play console. Taxes. All government imposed charges include taxes, duties, imposts, and withholdings. The term taxes exclude communication taxes and similar fees, and surcharges, property taxes, and taxes based on each party net income, franchise taxes, business and occupation taxes, and other similar taxes types. Each party is responsible for its own net income taxes. For the avoidance of doubt, the term taxes includes transaction taxes. Transaction taxes. Any taxes that are imposed on the purchase, purchase price or cost of goods or service, include value-added taxes. Goods and services taxes, VAT, GST, sales taxes, government levies, and transfer taxes. Okay, people, just give me a minute. I'm going to bathroom and I'll be back. Back. Okay. Now we'll be accepting this agreement. This agreement forms a legally binding. Let's let me see if you people are being able to see all of this. Okay, I think you people can see. Well, carry on. Suggest what? This agreement forms a legally binding contract between you and Google in relation to your use of the Google Play to distribute products. You are contracting with the applicable Google entity based on where you have selected to distribute your product, as set forth here. Okay, we'll see that later, but I believe the place I am doesn't have problems to not being able to sell my product. Your products, you have selected to distribute your product. You acknowledge that Google will solely at your direction and acting pursuant to the relationship identified in section 3.1, display and make your products available for viewing, download, and purchase by users. In order to use Google Play to distribute products, you accept this agreement and will provide and maintain complete and accurate information in the Play console. Google will not permit the distribution of your products through Google Play, and you may not accept this agreement unless you are verified as a developer in good standing. Good standing. What's a good standing developer? I don't want these things being too uncertain. If you are agreeing to be bound by this agreement on behalf of your employer or other entity you represent and warrant that you have full legal authority to bind your employer or such entity to this agreement. If you do not have the requisite authority, you may not accept the agreement or use Google Play on behalf of your employer or other entity. No, I do this for myself, so no problems. So we finished the two parts I heard, I read. Now, just to show you people, we are here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You see that the last ones are just a few lines. 13, 14, 15, 16, just that. I think the third one is the not so sure. Well, I'm getting really a bit of tired, but I want to finish this reading. Commercial relationship, pricing, payments, and taxes. You hereby appoint Google as your agent or marketplace service provider as outlined here to make your products available in Google Play and subject to the terms and conditions of this agreement. Google will allow you to use Google Play for your products. This agreement covers both products that users can access for free and products that users pay a fee to access. In order for you to charge a fee for your products and to be paid for products distributed via Google Play, you must have a valid payment profile under a separate agreement with a payment processor. Be be approved by a payment processor for a payment profile and maintain that profile in good standing. If there is a conflict between your payment processor agreement and this agreement, the terms of this agreement will apply. So sad. Products are displayed to users at prices you establish in your sole discretion. You know, the good part I have in nobody, 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 hmm, no one to see this live, at least for now. It's that I can read all these tiresome text, and there is not just the good part of I have my own life is that I can do what I want to do. I don't need to be tyrannized um, by the needs of YouTube. You see, when you need to change, you know, if the word is to change, when you need to make entertainment on YouTube, you are not totally free to be yourself. So it's kind of fun. I think sometimes when I simply sit down here, making to make the things that I should do, and the funny stuff that normally I would not do, or I would not spend all this much time doing what I should do, compared to when I may um, simply call a live, and begin to do stuff. I feel like kind of forced to go to the end with this thing, with this stuff. Mm. Good things. Products. Products are displayed to users at prices you establish in your sole description. I'm getting tired. If you products are displayed to users at prices you establish in your sole description. If you utilize Google Play's billing system or the Play console to control settings related to any taxes, including taxes, fees, or surcharges that are outside the scope of this agreement on the sale of the product, or if Google believes that taxes may be owned by you or Google on the sale of products, you grant Google permission to charge, collect, and discharge any such taxes as required in accordance with applicable law. Resume resume. Um, I don't know if the word is resume or summarize. In summary, summary. In summary, Google will take your money whenever it feels like. We will not take away prejudice. It's prejudice. That's the word, and I think Google will not take prejudice. Yeah, I believe it's prejudice. We will not take a prejudice. For the avoidance of doubt, you remain responsible for any such taxes, fees, or surcharges, including as provided under Section 3.5. You may set the price for your products in the currencies permitted by Google. the payment processors, and where applicable, the authorized provider. Google may display the price of products to users in their native currency, but Google is not responsible to you for the accuracy of currency rates or currency conversion. Yeah. Acting as your agent, and with your acting as your agent, and with you acting as a principal. Google is the merchant of record. Is the merchant of record for products. Google is the merchant of record for products. I'm getting a little lost here. Um, Acting as your agent, and with you acting as your agent, and with you acting as a principal. Google is the merchant of record for products sold or made available to users in the countries territories described here. Holy see. Is there someone inside the well, no, no. Eh, I'm saying because it is just a city, important city, of course, but it's just a city. I don't think normal people living there, normal in a way that are people from specific country inside there. No, um, well, I don't know. Never been there, so I don't know how it works. Las Palmas, Italy, many places. Santa Cruz de Tenerife, San Marino, Saint Pierre and Miguelon, San Martin, San Bartolomeu. Okay. Um. Okay. So Google will be my record. Well, I don't know what it means. You are the merchant of record for products. You are the merchant of record for products you sell or make available via Google Play to all other users. The sales price you set for the products will determine the amount of payment you will receive. A service fee as set forth here. No. No. What? First million? Oh. Well, when I get my first million, maybe it's okay or okay if not okay of losing 30%. Not like that. Subscriptions, transactions. Oh boy. I'm getting sleepy here. Really, I'm really getting sleepy here. I set forth here, as you may be revised by Google with notice to you in accordance. Okay, let me remember. The sales price for you set for products will determine the amount of payment you receive. A service fee as set forth here, as may be revised by Google with notice to you in accordance with Section 15 will be calculated and charged on the sales price. The service fee is exclusive of transaction ah, it's exclusive of transaction taxes or any and all kinds service fee is exclusive of transaction taxes of any and all kinds required by any applicable government tax authority to be charged, and Google is entitled to the, service fee without reduction for any taxes or government levies, including any taxes applicable to transactions described under Section 3.5 or Section 3.6. As per applicable law, to the extent Google is responsible to discharge transaction taxes arising on service fees, Google will charge you such transaction taxes, and you are responsible for paying any transaction taxes arising on the service fee. More information about the service fee can be found here. I don't understand that. I just don't want to pay. But I know that Google needs to receive something. Well, it's almost there. 3.5. Except in certain countries, territories, and subject to certain conditions as described here, tax rated and value-added tax. Except in certain countries and territories and subject to certain conditions as described here, which may be updated with notice to you, you are responsible for transaction taxes on the sale or provision of products to users, including but not limited to determine if the transaction is taxable, charging and collecting the transaction taxes at the applicable rate, remitting the transaction taxes to the applicable government tax authority, and providing any required documentation to the user, and providing any required documentation to the user or applicable government tax authority. You are solely responsible for providing and maintaining accurate inputs that impact taxes on products, including for any tax categorization of products. Any adjustment that you make to the tax categorization of products will take effect only for future sales of products. Google will determine whether Google, the payment processor, or the authorized provider is obliged to collect or remit any transaction taxes in respect of any transaction, and such transaction taxes may be recovered from you. The deduct from payment due to you or recover from the user, where Google collects and remits transaction taxes in applicable countries' territories. You may recognize deemed supply. You may recognize a deemed supply from you to Google solely for transaction tax purpose. You may recognize a deemed supply from you to Google solely for transaction tax purpose if required by applicable law. You will be solely responsible for any tax obligation arising from such deemed supply. What is a deemed supply? Just a minute. Okay, I don't like the 3.6. Come on, almost there. 3.6, where the authorized provider notifies Google that it or another authorized provider is required by applicable local legislation or by the applicable government tax authority to declare, charge, deduct, or withhold any taxes on a sale of your products, or on a sale of your products. Authorized provider notifies Google that it or another authorized provider is required by applicable local legislation or by the applicable government tax authority to declare, charge, deduct, or withhold any taxes on a sale of your products, or where Google or a payment processor reasonably determines that it is required by applicable local legislation or by applicable government tax authority to declare, charge, deduct, or withhold any taxes. I'm having the feeling that I will have to search videos with someone that explains this better. Why so difficult? Applicable government tax authority to declare, charge, deduct, or withhold any taxes. In each case, withholding taxes, Google will also deduct the amount of such withholding taxes from the amount Google remits to you. Okay, remits. Withholding taxes include, but are not limited to, withholding tax obligations on cross-border payments or imposed by telecommunication taxes. You agree to timely provide, as soon as reasonably practicable, any tax documentation or certification request by Google. You agree to timely provide, as soon as reasonably practicable, any tax documentation or certification request by Google. Okay. Unless you are a resident of the United States or Singapore for income tax purposes, you hereby certify that any services that you provide to users through your product are not performed in the United States or Singapore. And furthermore, you agree to provide written notification to Google at least 90 days prior to any such services being performed in the United States or Singapore. Written notification on charge. Written notification on charge in service location may be emailed to play text notice google.com. Some noise. 3.7 you may also choose to make products available for free. If your product is free, you will not be charged a service fee. To avoid unexpected fees for users, You agree that products that were initially offered free of charge to users will remain free of charge. Any additional charge will correlate with an alternative or supplementary version of the product. Sure. You authorize Google to give users refunds in accordance with the Google Play refund policies, as located here. Mm. Too much things to read. You authorize Google to give users refunds in accordance with the Play refund policies, as located here, or the local versions made available to you, and you agree that Google may deduct the amount of those refunds from payment to you. In other respects, the payment processor standard terms and conditions regarding refunds will apply. User refunds may be exclusive of taxes previously charged to users for product purchases. I didn't understand this last phrase. User refunds may be exclusive of taxes previously charged to users for product purchases. 3.9 Users are allowed unlimited reinstalls of each product distributed via Google Play without any additional fee, provided, however, that if you remove any product from Google Play due to a legal takedown, as defined in section 8.1.2, that product will be removed from all portions of Google Play, and users will no longer have a right or ability to reinstall the affected product. Finally, 3. Okay, I will I will continue this tomorrow. I'm getting a bit sleepy, which is good. I thought that I would need to well, to tire a bit more to get sleepy, but I am already sleepy. So I'm finishing here. I hope we can finish all of this until the end of the week. Not just this, but all the agreements. And after that,